Okay. One of the papers you have looks like this. What you are going to do is you're going to write your name on it. And then you want to put these dates, Ava. You want to put the dates 8/26, 8/27, turn it over. Today's date, 8/28, and tomorrow's date, 8/29. So on Mondays, you fill in, you always fill in the date on Mondays. First thing, you come in, and you get all those dates in. You're going to want to get going. So we got 8/26, 8/27, and then today is Wednesday. So we're going to be on the Wednesday side, and we're going to be on the warm-up side. What you're going to do with this paper is you're going to answer this question, number 1. Once you answer number 1, you can put your warm-up away, and then you're going to go to number 2. Once you do number 2, take us what you do, Hudson. You label your dividers. And you use your syllabus to figure out how to label your dividers. If you don't have a syllabus, Chad, bam, you need a syllabus for your binder. I have extra ones right over here. They are in August 20th. That's when I handed it out. So that is where they are. Okay? Once you've labeled your dividers, Clover, what do you think you do next? Yes. Now, I'm already looking around. Some of you guys forgot your binders. No problem. You have recess next. You'll stay in. We'll get that done. Okay? Hopefully we won't forget our binders anymore. Because you need your binder every single day. Chad?
What do you mean by textbook?
Okay, your textbook is... Voila! Ava's got hers. I have 3 extra ones. Okay? So some of you that forgot your binder, I've got some extra ones. You might have to look onto a partner at your table who has one. Okay? Who has a book? Oliver?
You have a binder in our office?
No. We come to class prepared. Every day. Every day you need your binder. Questions about the warm-up for today? Whoa, I went crazy somewhere. Questions about today? Okay, so you are on Wednesday on your warm-up, and you are answering this question, number 1. Okay, which number is greater? Negative 2.3 or 1.2. Show your understanding using words and a diagram, Hudson. So you need to go to number 1 on your warm-up. You need to use number 1 and answer it on Wednesday, 8/28, in the warm-up section. You need to answer it using words and a diagram. And then you can go ahead and start working on number 2. So you want to answer number 1 right in there. Yeah. That's your warm-up. That's what you got to figure out. What's the diagram?
Great question.
What's a diagram? It's a picture. Some sort of picture. So you're going to have words and a picture, Clover. Oh, I'm liking Rayanne. Rayanne's already, she's putting down a number line. That could be a really effective diagram. So which number is greater, negative 2.3 or 1.2?
1.2.
And why? You need to show with a diagram. Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah. So then you go number 2.
And then do I have to turn into this?
Just mentally.
Oh.
Yep, mentally. Once you're done, number 1, you go to number 2, and if you don't have a book, you might have to look on with a neighbor. Ask them for their book. Huh?
You stop at 1.1 and 230 to the bottom. You stop here.
You stop on 7. You read page 7 and page 8. Yeah, no, you read all of page 8.
Where do you put the homework, Greg?
So once you're done answering number 1, okay, once you're done answering number 1, go to number 2. Chad?
When was your book due?
Yesterday.
So, did some of the copies?
Did you? No, everyone did. Okay. Write your name on the inside of that cover. Binder setup. You should be almost done number 1, guys. You should have your answer down on number 1, and then you should be reading. If you don't have a book, read on with him. So put it in the middle. 7. You have your math book?
Yes.
Okay. So you're good. Okay. Just making sure you're good. Marcus, don't break your pencil, dude. Oh. It looks like you did. Oh, okay. Give it back to me, okay? What's up? Use your syllabus. So those of you that are already on number 3, you want to use your syllabus. I have syllabi over here if you need to come and grab one. In the syllabus, it says how you should mark your binder. If you don't have your binder, you go to number 4. You look through the orange section, okay? And Clover, you can look on with Eli. Make sure. Here you go. You want to put that syllabus in your binder. And you want to put it in resources. Just got to look for it. It's in there. That's part of what I need you to do is figure out how to use that syllabi to help yourself. Not right now, no. If you had a planner, I would let you go. Doesn't help you here, does it? You got to have that stuff with you all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When you guys are setting up your binders, you're going to want to make sure that red section is first.
Red, blue, blue.
Yep, yep. What? Oh, you need one? Let me go make a copy.
You just have to. I think they do it that so like they don't fall out. I usually keep them, so. No, you only need 4. You only need 4. Yeah, but you only need 4. I can't continue. What I want to do is I think you know. What did I tell you? We're just folding them. We're using their on the
Oh, let's hold touching. Interesting choice. Yeah, that's a consequence, right?
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys about 2 more minutes here to set up your binders. Yep, yep, everyone will.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, that's, no, you're perfect, bud.
If you have a 8-hour class, now.
Just got that done. Okay. You almost there, Chad? Getting close? Shay, you almost there?
Parts.
Good question. Yep.
And resources.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Marcus.
You want the extra dividers?
Oh, what do we do with this?
Save them. Just save it. So once you guys are done labeling those dividers using your syllabus, what are the 4 pieces or the 4 labels? Elle, give me one.
Classwork.
Classwork. That's your first divider. That should be red. Marcus? Homework. Your second divider. That's clear.
Assessment.
Assessment. Good. Garza. And Ellie. Ooh, do you know what the last one is? I don't think you don't have your syllabus there. Ava, what's the last one? Resources. And what color is that? Orange?
Yeah.
That's orange. Okay.
And as the year goes on, you might have a math class 8th hour. So that would be a good place to use your 5th tab for the materials that come up in that math class.
So this is what we're going to do right now. I need you guys to finish up on your dividers. And we are going to file the papers that you grabbed. So every day when you come in, Lucas, every day almost, you're going to have a piece of paper that looks like this. It's going to have like investigation, what it is, the title, and Clover might say notes on it. This is the piece of paper that we're going to use for the learning for the day. This goes in your classwork. So this paper that you grabbed at the door, this would be filed in your classwork. Next, warm up and exit ticket. This is going to be at the very, very front of all your tabs. It is in front of your classwork.
In front of your,
So it is in front of the red tab. Your warm up and exit ticket, Eli, is going to go in front of your red tab. That goes in your classwork.
are we going to have a lot of it, warm-ups for that one?
Every week you get a new one.
Okay. Will we trash or something?
Yes. We clean out our binders every unit. The letter to family goes in your resources, as well as your syllabus. That also goes in your resources, Oliver. So this and your syllabi, Eva, resources.
Oh, put it in Mr. McFarland.
Yo. Right in the very front, in front of your red tab.
Do you have
Yep, right back there in the green paper holder. Yes, right there.
this is one for the family letter, the syllabus.
Yep. Okay. So we have almost all of our papers filed away. It's up to you. Okay, like I said, we'll decorate the front part of our binder at some point when you have time. That goes in your classwork. Oh, you have 2. Sneaky. Sneaky. Gavin. Okay. Can everyone please put their warm-up and exit ticket in front of them? Oh, I like the title of that book.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to have your answer for today. So today, because we're taking our time setting up our stuff, this normally happens really fast, about less than 10 minutes, hopefully, on a good day. I want you to share with your partner which number, your elbow partner, the partner beside you. Okay, so you can go with Chad. Okay, and then obviously you guys don't have elbow partners, so just go with each other. Okay, and Clover, just be the 3 of you guys. Share with your elbow partner Which is greater, negative 2.3 or 1.2? Show your partner why with your diagram and read your words on how you answered that question. Go for it.
Okay, so I said
Like you want to hear him back there, Jojo. That's a good answer, man. Okay, back together. 3, 2, 1. Jojo, read your answer, man. That was a good one. No, read it. You just had a great one. Okay, Lucas. So which one's greater, Lucas? Is it 1.2, if you look up here, I'm labeling where 1.2 is, or is it negative 2.3, which is down here? Which one is greater?
I think that positive 1.2 is greater than negative 2.3 because the 1.2 is in the positive and negative 2.3 is in the negative. And I think that 1.2 has negative 2.5.
Perfect. We know something about negative numbers and positive numbers. A positive number, Joey, has a greater value than any negative number. Even though negative 2.3 is further from 0, right, Ellie? If you look, negative 2.3 is further from 0 than 1.2. 1.2 still has a greater value. Would you agree or disagree? Agree? Another thing I could have wrote would be something like this. This is what I was listening to Jojo say. Negative 1.2 is greater than negative 2.3. You can use that greater than, less than, or equal sign. Okay? That would consider as an example. This would be a diagram. That's more like showing your thinking. Yeah, it's a number sentence. Okay, any other questions about that? You notice Jillian and I review the warm-up almost every day. So if you have something different, or you're like, oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake there, that's your opportunity to fix it. Planners every day, don't forget that. Remember, no planner, no pass. Make sure that you can sign an Infinite Campus. If you can't, you need to tell your team time teacher. Okay, we fixed it.
You did?
Yes, it's good. Okay, Hudson came in this morning because yesterday didn't work. Boom, we fixed it. Super important you can get in Infinite Campus. We're going to talk about this because this is what we're going to do today. So we're going to talk about a value, okay, of a combination of positive and negative integers. First of all, what's a combination? What's a combination? Chad? Like a mixture. So if we have a mixture of positive and negative integers, what do we have? What's an integer?
Oh, an integer was
Anyone know what an integer? Ooh. You don't know what an integer is. Shay, do we know what an integer is? An integer is basically it can be, what? Go for it.
An integer are the set of a whole number, their opposites and zeros.
Okay, so it's a whole number. So is negative 2.3 an integer?
No.
No, because it's not a whole number. Is negative 2 an integer?
No. Yes.
Yes, that's a whole number. So we're going to look at a combination of whole numbers, and we're going to try to find their value when they're positive and negative. What's value mean, Eva, you think?
Value is like a
No, you had it. Keep going. That it's worth, right? In the end. Okay, so how about this? Talk to your tables about what that means. Go. Go. What'd you guys get? What'd you guys get? Okay, okay. What'd you guys get? Okay, when we have negative and positive. Okay, did you guys get something? Okay. What about you? Can you be good? And less talking? You positive? I want you to be successful. Okay, head back. Cool. Okay, so moving on. Homework. I want you guys to, I'm going to try to save you some pain and suffering. So here's the deal, guys. With homework, you get homework every night. So guess what happens? Do you get a lot of homework? No. Over time, does it add up? Yes. Yeah. Are you going to have a lot of papers? Yes. Okay. So this is what I would do, because I'm gonna give you a little suggestion, Rayanne. Is that this? On your homework, if you put your name, if you look at the board, the investigation that we're on, and you'll figure that out really quick, and the page number, holy cow, does it make it easy to find the homework. This is why I say this, Hudson. As good as I am at checking homework, I sometimes make mistakes. And guess who else makes mistakes? You do. Sometimes you'll come to me like, I did that homework. And I'll be like, show me it. I'm all about you proving to me that you did the work. So, if you're not keeping your homework organized with the investigation and the page, do you think it's going to be easy or hard to find your homework?
Hard.
Scrambling.
Yeah. Chances are, you know what most kids do? They're like, kids that chose not to do this, they're like, I'll just do it again. So instead of taking a minute to find their homework and 10 seconds to do this, they end up spending sometimes 20 minutes doing the homework. Doesn't seem like a good
Deal.
No, but you get to choose, because I'm not going to hold you accountable to it. But I will hold you accountable for this. If you say you did it, guess what I'm going to say to you? Prove it. Show me. I want to see it. So keep it organized. This is how you keep it organized. And then you can prove to me that you did it. And I'll be like, thank you, Clover. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay? Chad? Yeah. Basically, we do our homework on,
Blank or line?
doesn't matter, blank or line. But you keep it in your binder, right? So it needs to be hole punched. Okay? And you just keep this in your homework. Tomorrow I'm going to show you a great example of how to keep it organized. Okay? It's an opportunity to keep it organized. Chad?
So, do we have homework tonight?
Yes, you will.
Oh.
Yes.
And then after every photo, we won't have, after done all of them?
After every unit, we actually clean out our binders to a certain degree. Some things go. And we'll go over that when we finish this unit. Any other questions about that? Okay. Next, we have this video. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I got tons of time. All right, we have this video. I'm going to show it to you. It's a great video. It is the corniest video, or one of the many corniest videos that you'll ever see.
Also, the YouTube video I didn't get it.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Eli made this video. This is a home video.
From the depths of Ms. Bernowski's math class, it's time to play Math Fever.
I
Okay,
told you it was corny.
You know how this game is played. Team Rocket Scientists, it's your pick.
We'll take area and perimeter for 250 points.
What is the surface area of a sphere with a circumference of 32 pi yards? 500 pi square yards. Oh, I'm sorry, rocket scientists. You're down 250 points.
Okay, what happened there?
You just answered it wrong.
Okay, they answered wrong, and what happened? Okay, so one way to think about it is they lost points. But actually in Jeopardy, you earn points.
You can lose points though.
No, you earn them. You earn 250. So, but are they earning a positive 250 or a negative 250? As soon as you commit to an area, it's like, yeah, 250. So, like, basically what's happening is, when they get it wrong, Jojo, they're adding a negative 250, which, like Clover said, is the exact same as subtracting a positive 250. Trying to see who's in my class. Eva, adding a negative is like what?
Subtracting a positive.
That is exact. These are the exact same things. When you add a negative, it's exactly like, Shay, subtracting a positive. So Lucas, right? We learned about this. So what do you think happens if they would have got it right, Oliver? What would happen in the game if they got it right?
They would get a positive 250.
So you're saying this. Up here, adding a negative is like subtracting a positive. Hold on. This one's good. Ready? Adding a positive is like subtracting a
Negative.
boom. Did you guys know that this is the exact same thing as that?
No.
That is cool. Ava's like, what? Yeah. Because adding a negative is like subtracting a positive. So adding a positive, the same thing is subtracting a negative.
Know-it-alls, do you want to try this one? Okay, it's your pick then, know-it-alls.
We'll take probability for 150 points.
There are 9 pieces of fruit in a bag. The probability of choosing an apple from the bag is 2/3. How many apples are in the bag?
6.
Very nice job, know-it-alls. It's your pick again.
We'll take operations with fractions for 200, please.
What is 9/12 divided by 3/4?
9/16.
Oh, I'm sorry, Team Know-it-alls. That is incorrect.
1.
Looks like Team Rocket Scientists is going to the moon as we add 200 points to their total. It's also your pick.
Can we please have factors and multiples for 100?
What is the least common multiple of 18 and 24?
72.
Nice job, Team Rocket Scientists. That brings you back to the positive territory.
So you remember our target for today, our learning target. It talked about, Oliver, a combination of positive and negative integers, right? And figuring out their value. What's happening in this game? Explain it. What's happening?
They are gaining points, but they're gaining negative and positive.
And we're figuring out their total value. Okay? Is 50 an integer? Is it a whole number?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's an integer, right? So they're using integers in this game to figure out their total value. Some of those integers are positive, some are negative.
With 1 round left, how many points do the know-it-alls need to catch up to the rocket scientists?
Talk your tables. Go. How do you know? So Jillian, here we go. I'm going to Jillian. How many points does the know-it-alls need to be tied with the rocket scientists?
100.
How do you know?
Because the rock scientists have 150. They need to be.
Okay, hold on. How many points does the know-it-alls have? Ryan?
No, 50.
50. So the know-it-alls have negative 50. They have that many points. Rocket scientists have how many points, Chad? Positive 50. So number line is a great way to show, okay, why it would be a positive 100. Because how far is it from negative 50 to 0? 50. And then 0 to positive 50. So 50 plus 50, they would have to get a 100-point question right in order to be equal. So go to your notes, please. You grabbed them at the door. They're in your classwork section. I would like you to answer these 3 questions, JoJo. Notes. Which team has the highest score? Which team has the lowest score? And how did you decide? Go. Know-it-alls, rocket scientists. So it's your notes page, JoJo. It's up there. You want to answer these first 3 right there. Good, Lucas. Shh. These 3 questions, Joey. Right there, Eva. Clover, before you start talking, come on.
Is that supposed to be negative?
No. The know-it-alls. Not yet. Which team has the highest score, Eva? Which team has the highest score?
The know-it-alls.
Were they the one? No. Rocket scientists. So rocket scientists, they have the highest score. Who has the lowest score? Know-it-alls. And how did you decide this? It goes back to our warm-up. Garza.
Rocket scientists have 50 positive, know-it-alls has 50 negative.
And we know that positives are always greater than negatives. This, how did you decide? We know that positive numbers always have a greater value than negative numbers. That would be how you would decide. So how about this question? Jillian and Marcus are on the Super Brains. I like that name, by the way. Good name. They're on the Super Brains. They have a score of 300 points. How did they reach that score? Talk to your tables. Go.
They got 50 points. They got 50 points. And then they got
Bless you. You got it. Yep. Yep. Positive 300. Good question, Oliver. So it's a positive 300. Yeah. So that's just a dash for points. I don't know why that dash is there. So next question. So if I'm thinking about this, and I'm going to do a think aloud here. If they got positive 300 points, they're answering multiple questions correct. So I'm adding a lot of positive numbers. So because I'm adding positive numbers, I'm thinking about my 0, my number line would be to the left because I'm going to be going this way. So I'm going to make my scale by 100 and then have 50 in the middle. You can do the same on your paper. You can write down that scale. So I put my 0 over here, Ellie, because I'm going to be adding positive numbers to get the positive 300. So I was listening to one group. One group said, well, let's say they answered one question right. And it was a 250-point question. Boom, they hit the jackpot. So they go all the way to 250. Well, in order to get to 300, all they have to do is answer a question correctly and have a positive 50. So here's my question for you and your group. You notice I made these jumps, right? I want you to do the same, but I want you to do it down below. But here's the deal. You need to show me, Jillian and Marcus, though this time they weren't quite as on fire. They got some questions right, but they at least missed one question. Show me how they can end at 300 by getting some questions right, but missing one question. Go. That's up to you. You get to decide how many. So you're going to do it down here now, Jojo. You work as a table, guys. Work as a table.
And then they missed the question, missed their 50-point question, so they went back one. And they got 100.
So I was listening to Chad's group. Chad said, well, Marcus and Jillian, they start off really well. Boom. They answered the first question right, positive 100. But then what happened, Chad?
They tried answering a 50-point question and back to 50.
And they answer the next question, and you notice what I'm going to write here. It's going to be plus negative 50.
Why did you write that?
Okay, because they missed that question. So they first went to 100, then they went to 50. Now what happened, Chad?
They answered a question for 250.
Then they answered a question for 250, and they ended at 300. This is a combination of positive and negative numbers. What's the negative number in that combination?
50.
Negative 50. Nice, Garza. Negative 50. So we have positive integers of 100 and 250, and then we have a negative integer of negative 50. That's a combination. And we figured out the value. What does the value equal? 300. That's what we're trying to do today. We're going to work a lot on this tomorrow, because today being advocacy, it's a little short, but I'm going to ask one more question before we move on to our exit ticket. Turn your paper over. You guys are doing a great job, by the way. Great job at being the first time of a lesson. This is pretty good. Okay, next. Here's my question. So Shay, you ready? This is kind of a difficult question. It's an important question. I have a scale up here. We don't know what the scale is. But where would I put my 0? If I put my 0 down here, what kind of numbers am I dealing with? If I put my 0 in the middle, what am I dealing with? And if I put my 0 over here, what am I dealing with? Talk to your tables. You guys might have just crushed that. Man. Nice, Marcus. Okay, Mr. Wood said this. Mr. Wood said, he's like, well, if I have to put, shh, Hudson, hold on, Ava, this is what Lucas said. He goes, if I put the 0 all the way to the right, I know that I'm dealing with negative numbers, right? I'm going to be adding negative numbers, and I'm going to be going this way. And then, Lucas, what about here if it goes in the middle? I'm adding maybe some positives, but I'm also adding some negative. And then, Ava, what kind of numbers am I dealing with here? I'm adding positive numbers and going this way. Good. Put your notes in your classwork. And I would write my name on my notes, guys, because they do end up on the floor and I can give them back to you. So, get your planners out.
Do we do the warm up today in our
Just wait. Just get your planner out first. You're asking a great question. I just want you to wait. Okay. Here is my question in the planner for August 28. Jojo, you want to listen to this. You want to write it down somewhere. Because if you don't have it tomorrow, you're going to be in here doing it. So, write it down and get it done. Okay. Problem 2 and 5C on page 20. It will make sense. Okay? You're doing problem 2 and problem 5C. Not 5A, not 5B. Yes, 28. It's right here. It's always up here, guys. Because if you get home, Gavin, and you're like, oh, what was homework? Go to the slides. It is problem 2 and problem 5C on page 20.
we actually missed it in the book.
No, you write it on a piece of paper. That's a great question, Jojo. And that piece of paper wants to fit in your binder. It's the paper I showed you guys earlier over there. The white line paper is great. Okay, exit ticket. Go to your exit ticket now. So, exit ticket is this. Remember, guys, this is going to be due on Monday, for sure. I'm going to be collecting these exit tickets and warm-ups. Here it is. This is what you guys want to do. I would copy this down, and I would do it at home. You have to write the whole problem down. Wednesday's exit, yep. Once you get that done, if you know you have to do your binder, get your binder and come back.
Do we go straight to recess?
Recess if you don't have a binder for me.